Welcome, everyone. I am Mrs. Spearman, your school social worker. Thank you so much for joining us. I am going to tell you about why you're here. This is a production. It's called Momma Said. It started out as a play, but now we turned it into a screenplay and it's a movie. It's a story about a conflict of the heart between three sixth grade students who are being raised by grandparents. Now, some people may call it a love triangle. I hesitate to call it that because of the reaction that follows when hearing about the love lives of sixth graders. We immediately dismiss it as puppy love, or we minimize the impact that it actually has on our students. We do that because we think they're inexperienced. And I got news for you guys. It's these situations that create experience. I, by no means, am advocating for dating at this age, but our students are doing it anyway. And not only are they dating, but they're experiencing the awful, painful consequences that come with dating. So I wanted to share something with you that was real. And that being said, I'd like to introduce you to the main characters of the story. Their names are Tammy, BB, and Juan. They are all sweet kids. They have the one thing in common, that they're being raised by grandparents for one reason or another. I want to introduce you to some may say villain of the story, Juan. I'm going to let you decide if he's a villain or not. Juan is considered one of the best catches at school by the kids. He is one of those kids that's well-rounded. He likes sports. He's athletic. He is academic. He is funny. One of those kinds of kids that gets along with everyone and you just know is going to be successful. The thing that makes him most adorable, though, is that he doesn't know it. I'm telling you, this kid is like a 10, but he thinks he acts like a 7.9. Adorable. This next scene, you will meet Juan. Tammy had been missing her mother over the weekend, and one of her coping skills is to pull out a trunk of her mom's old clothes and try them on. So she struts around looking at herself in the mirror, checking out her reflection on the right, checking out her reflection on the left. She got to check the back and make sure that's perfect. And she was surprised to find out that she was able to fit this particular outfit. Now, it was not her usual style, but she loved the color. She loved how she looked in the color and how the fit of the outfit made her feel. So she decided to wear it to school on Monday. Now, when she left the house, feeling particularly cute with a fresh press and curl from Mama's kitchen stove. Wait a minute. That was me. That was not Tammy. Hold on. But do any of you remember what it was like when you got your hair pressed? You remember the pressing comb? You remember the smell of it? You remember the way it sounded? As the grease fried in your hair. You remember how you felt when your mom was finished? Even though you had like all them burns on your ears, you still felt really, really good and confident. Well, that's how Tammy felt. But she didn't have a press and curl though. She had like box braids. So let's watch what happens.
one. My brother got those in white.
Bro, who is that? Is she new here?
Nah, she been coming here since kindergarten.
No, she haven't. I would remember her.
Dude, I'm telling you, she wasn't looking like that before. She wasn't even looking like that yesterday. It's like she grew up overnight.
She must be eating her spinach. Not for real though. I watched this old show with my grandpa that this dude, he got big and strong after he ate a can of spinach.
Yeah, that must be it. She ate a can of spinach last night.
Hey, Tammy, you look so cute today.
Thanks, cute girl one.
I know, I love your shoes, Tammy. You want to play rope with us?
Okay, I love jumping rope. I'll turn if you want to jump first.
Me too. I want to turn. I want to show them that I'm not double-handed.
Now, Tammy just got done playing rope with the girls, and they played a little football with the boys, and she's standing there waiting on her other friends, her normal friends that she normally plays with before she was accepted by this crowd. And here's what she's thinking. I can't believe they like me now. All because I wore new clothes today. Well, what am I going to do tomorrow? I don't have any other new outfits. What if I go back to being invisible tomorrow? I can't go back to being invisible. I hate that so much. I won't do it. I have to find ways of getting new outfits so they can like me. I just have to. So as Tammy was thinking this, two of her friends ran up to her. Let's watch as it unfolds.
Where were you, Tammy? We were waiting for you by the bathroom, but you never showed. Where were you?
Yeah, are you okay?
Did I tell you what one said in the cafeteria?
Yes.
Well, he was playing too. We played football, and when he tackled me, girl, I got a whip. And he smelled like heaven.
Oh, really? What did heaven smell like?
Like something angelic, mixed with Axe body spray.
Oh boy, let's just get to class.
Tammy's desperation to not return to an invisible afterthought girl, it resulted in a real extreme change to her appearance. Now she began to dress a little more grown up, tighter jeans, and shorts were a little shorter. She began to get her nails done every other week by her nana who owned a salon and allowed Tammy to work there on the weekends, sweeping up hair so she'd have a way to fund her new style. That's awesome that she was able to do that. She's even wearing a little makeup now. And on the last week of school, you will never guess what happened to Tammy. Yep, she started to date the cutest boy on campus, Juan. Now, this scene takes place in the front of the junior high school, and Tammy and Juan are walking together, holding hands on campus. Let's watch what happens.
Dang, Tammy, I like what you're wearing today. Those shoes are fire, and jeans are buzzing.
Thanks, Bill. I'll be back. I need to run to the restroom.
Okay, go do your business.
Hey, Bill. Yes, I was about here waiting for me.
Hey, what are you doing here? You following me or something?
What, boy, please? I'm not following you.
Then what are you doing here?
First of all, are you talking like that? Are you not happy to see me?
Nah, girl, it ain't that. I'm just surprised. Why you not at your school?
Babe, I want to surprise you. I moved schools. I moved. Now we're going to be together at home and at school now.
Juan, let's go. We need you on our team, bro. His name's not Juan. His name's Loverboy.
Anyway, I'll see you later, babe. I gotta run to the office to get my schedule. Love you.
Bro, I might be in some trouble here.
What kind of trouble?
Guess who?
Oh,
I see you got jokes. I'm ready to go to class. Can we go before we be late? I'm not trying to start the year on with Basai. My sister says she don't play.
okay, why don't you go? I gotta talk to my boys about something real quick.
Okay, what up, guys?
Bro, did y'all know BB go here now?
Who?
That girl that I met last month in Phoenix. Here she is.
Oh yeah, I remember her. She cute. She go here now. Where is she? Bro, don't be rude. That's not rude. One already dating Tammy. He can't have all the girls. So what? What you gonna do, bro? Yeah. Which one you want? Cause I could take the other one off your hands. You know me.
Bro, they're both nice, and I don't want to reject either one of them. And I definitely don't want to end up with this fool.
Why? What's wrong with me? At least I wouldn't be cheating on them like you do. One, I get sick of you acting like you so much better than everybody else. And you ain't all that either. Now, you got the funniest girl here at school. But nah, that obviously ain't enough for you, huh? Now you try to pretend like you so sensitive and you care so much about their feelings. But if you cared about their feelings, you wouldn't be in this mess, would you? Please, I'm out of here. You coming, One?
Nah, I'm gonna hang out for a minute.
Later, fools.
He been tripping like that for a minute over stupid things that wouldn't normally get to him. So
Dysregulated.
yes, dysregulated. I forgot all about that word over summer break.
I don't know how Miss Spearmint drilled it into our heads last year.
Well, I wasn't in Miss Spearmint's class last year, but I got enough of it from you using it all the time.
That's because Miss Spearmint said learning how to regulate emotions is our superpower. And you know me, I'm interested to superhuman strength.
Now, Juan is with friend number 1, and they spot Tammy sitting at the table with her friends and someone new. To Juan's horror, it was BB. BB was sitting 2 students away from Tammy, right next to Tammy's best friend. Suddenly, Juan's face became flush. The rate of his breathing increased. You could see his heart pumping through his shirt, and he looked like he was gonna pass out. It was at this time that Tammy spotted Juan coming into the cafeteria and blew a kiss in his direction. BB also spotted Juan and waved at him to come sit next to her. Rushed out of the cafeteria in haste and ran right into, you got it, Mrs. Spearman.
Oh, my bad. Hey, are you sure it's the Spearmint?
I am.
Can I come to your class? Huh? I need to come to your class now. I am feeling really dysregulated.
Okay. I know all of you guys are wondering what kid would say dysregulated, right? But that is a term we use here at school to describe when we become emotionally dysregulated. And all of the kids are using it, and it helps us to understand where they are in their window of tolerance. Check it out. Okay, look, honey, on a scale of 0 being no dysregulation at all and 10 the worst dysregulation ever, what number would you say you are?
I'm in 11. Can we go now?
Oh boy, that's pretty high. You know what, Juan? I actually have to get a group in here right now, and I'm not able to talk to you. Do you think you could practice some of your self-regulation techniques until later?
Oh, what?
Juan, I can tell that you're really upset right now. How about you go to the nurse's office, let her check you out, and then maybe she can work with you on some self-regulation techniques, and when I'm available, I'll come and grab you. Is that something you can manage?
Yeah, I can manage that.
Okay. Juan?
Yeah?
It's that way, hon. Okay. Welcome back, everyone. I am so excited
that you guys are here and we are doing our group today. We have a new person here, so let's go around and introduce ourselves. We're gonna say our names, we're gonna give 1 or 2 emotions, and then we're gonna say one thing that we failed at since our last session.
Okay, my name is Tammy. I feel excited and confused, and the one thing I failed at was making my boo some food.
Thank you, Tammy, for sharing that. And why don't we have you go next?
Yes, I can do that. Hi everybody. My name is Vivi, and this is my first day at this school. I feel nervous and tired, and the one thing I felt at was cooking for my boyfriend.
What'd y'all do? Burn the food?
I know, right?
No, I didn't burn it. It was the best mac and cheese I've ever made, but my boo was allergic to cheese.
That's weird. I made pizza for mine. He couldn't eat for the same reason. He's allergic to cheese.
This is the second day of school, and the girls have come back together for their group, and this is what happens. Let's watch. Well, welcome back, ladies. Thank you so much for checking in. Now, since everyone has already shared their emotions and everything, why don't we make a decision? And if you guys want to pick up where we left off yesterday, we can. Or if you'd like to talk about something else, we can do that.
Miss Spirit, can we pick up where we left off yesterday?
Well, let's check with the rest of the group. Would you guys like to pick up where we left off yesterday?
Yes.
Okay, we can do that. So I believe yesterday, Tammy and BB both had the same thing that they failed at, cooking for their boyfriends.
Wouldn't that be weird if y'all had the same boyfriend?
Excuse me? You don't know like that. I don't play when it comes to my man. I don't believe in sharing.
You may not, but does he?
Nah, he already knows stuff. I told him when we first started dating because I got hurt really bad last year by this boy, and I'm too old for this mess. I don't have any time for this game.
Me too, but you just moved here from Phoenix, so it could be one because we've been booed up all summer.
I'll go next.
Now, Mrs. Spearman recognized where this conversation was headed. She tried to redirect the topic, but before she could say anything, BB piped in.
Wait a minute. His name is Juan? Juan what?
Uh-oh.
One done.
Done, done, done.
Miss Spearman, can I take my phone off to show him a picture?
Well, let's check it out with everyone. Is everyone okay with giving them this time to work through their issue? All right, the floor is yours. Go ahead, hon.
That's my one. Where did you guys meet? How long have you guys been together? I know I should have listened to my grandma. She told me you couldn't trust boys and that they only want one thing for girls and you gotta get them before they get you.
Oh, Tammy, honey, we want to hear more about what your grandma said to you. But right now, why don't we let BB tell us the nature of her relationship with Juan, if she's okay with doing that.
We met at his cousin Raphael's in Phoenix. I used to live down the street from them.
When was this?
We've been dating for 3 bomb weeks, 2 dynamite days, and 5 fantastic hours.
Wow. I don't know how Tammy feels this girl talk about her boo this way.
I don't care. She can have him. I was using him for his money anyway. Did he tell you about us?
No, he didn't, and I didn't ask. We were too busy getting to know each other.
Whatever. I'm getting out of here.
Hold on, Tammy. Don't go yet. Hey, let me do a check-in right quick with everyone. Is everyone feeling regulated right now?
Yes.
Okay, we are about out of time. What I want to do is dismiss you guys to class, and Tammy, I want to have you stick around, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Bye, Mrs. Spearman.
Bye, guys.
Miss Spearman.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Tammy, have a seat, hon. Tammy, now that everyone's gone, I wanted to make sure that I checked in with you. I know you said before that you were okay, but how are you really feeling?
I should have listened to my granny. I was hoping this was one time when she would be wrong, but I guess not.
Okay, well, tell me more about what your granny said and what that meant to you.
She told me that all boys are cheaters and you can never trust them. And you have to get them before they get you. I feel so stupid, Mrs. Berman. How could I be so dumb?
Tammy, I don't see anybody dumb sitting here or stupid. You know, you weren't the one that was wrong. He was dishonest with you.
You're right. I'm gonna go home and tell my granny she is wrong.
Wait a minute now. Remember what we talked about before? If you learn something different here than what you've been taught at home, there is a respectful way to communicate that.
I know, Miss Berman, but she is always blaming the girls in the family when they are wronged by boys. She needs to know this stuff.
Well, I agree with you. She does need to know this. But there is a way that's appropriate to tell her. And you know what? We can work and do a role play maybe about how you might do that. But right now, I really got to get you back to class. I don't want Mrs. Williams to be upset with me again.
Okay, Miss Berman.
Okay, how are you feeling now?
I'm feeling good.
Good. This next scene is Juan with his two grandparents. Juan's grandfather, or Poppy, is being played by Gavin. And his Nana is being played by Ileana. Let's watch.
Mijo, let's go! Nana just served my lunch for the school call. My beans and rice are getting cold.
I'm coming, Poppy.
Mijo, ¿qué pasó?
Nada, Poppy.
Then why am I here then, Mijo?
I don't know. I was having one of those episodes again. It kind of felt like I could barely catch my breath and my stomach was hurting and I felt like I wanted to run. I hate when I feel like that. It's so embarrassing.
Why is it embarrassing?
Poppy, I just keep sweating and when people talk to me, I can't talk back. Everybody just be looking at me like I'm crazy.
So you been seeing half a day of school because you worry about what people think about you, Mijo? You need to be a man, Mijo. The men in our family are tough and we don't run for nothing.
I know, Poppy, I'm trying, but I don't know what's wrong with me.
When you left this morning, it seemed like you were excited about starting the new year, and you and Tammy looked so cute in your matching outfits. What happened that changed your mind, mi amor?
Well, you remember that weekend when I went to my cousin's house in Phoenix? I was hanging out and met a girl.
You mean that one girl you played basketball with when I came to pick you up?
Yeah, that one. She cool, she really funny, she plays the same sports as me and the same games as me. She probably the coolest girl I ever met.
And she cute too, so what's the problem?
She came up to the school today and I guess she lives here now. And today was her first day at my school.
So what's the problem, mijo? We can never have too many friends, you know.
Well, she thinks that we're more than friends. And she doesn't know about Tammy, and Tammy doesn't know about her.
Mijo, I'm still trying to figure out why you gotta come home. This don't seem like a problem to me. You have two cute girls. I bet your friends wouldn't be so upset that they had to get something like you did. I told you not since you were a baby that you too sensitive. You need to man up, Mijo. This ain't no problem.
Juan, why does she think that you guys are more than friends? Did you tell her about Tammy?
That would be stupid. Why would you tell her that?
Mi amor, I was talking to Juan. Please let him answer me.
No, I don't even remember her asking her to be my girlfriend. She must have just thought that from so much time we had spent together.
Well, if it's a misunderstanding, you should just tell her now than to have her or Bibi find out. You know how quickly rumors spread around this small town.
Pull over, Poppy.
Poor Juan. What do you think caused Juan to be sent home? Why do you think Juan threw up in the car? How many agree with Juan's grandpa about Juan needing to toughen up? How many agree with Juan's grandmother that Juan needs to get back on his pills? I'm really interested in your answers to that. But meanwhile, back at school, Mrs. Spearman, anticipating the potential fallout, proactively informs the teachers and the vice principal that sensitive, potentially volatile matters were addressed in our drama girls lunch bunch group. And we need to keep an eye out for further action on the playground. But before Mrs. Spearman was able to get the email completed, she heard the vice principal summon BB, the girls, over the intercom. Mrs. Spearman grabbed her keys and rushed out of the office. When Mrs. Spearman arrived, BB was in the office loudly discussing something with the VP while the girls were sitting in the hallway. They both looked disheveled. One of them was holding a patch of hair, and the other one had scratches on her face. Let's see what happens. Girls, what happened?
That new girl's crazy. Look what she did to her.
At least she didn't break my arm.
Wow, at least she didn't pull out my weave. It's still at the front of the playground right now. I caught myself trying to help you by grabbing this one, but if you were gonna act like this, I wouldn't get bothered.
Girl, give me back my hair. My mama paid a lot of money for this.
What? For real? We need to go get the rest of your hair so your mama can reuse it. Come on, there's a whole pile outside the classroom right now.
Wait a minute, girls. Before you go running out to the playground trying to grab hair, let's take a minute and just get calm, okay? How about we take a deep breath? Let's go in through our nose. Good. Hold it for a sec. We're going to exhale slowly through our mouths. Thank you. Can you guys do me a big favor and stay here while I run in and talk to the vice principal, okay? All right. After Mrs. Spearman finished with the vice principal, she was asked to go and talk to the parents. So she invited BB's mom to come to the office later that day.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Spearman, and first let me tell you up front, I am so sorry to meet you under these circumstances.
Look, lady, y'all got me here my only day off. I am not happy. I don't mean no disrespect, but nobody told me nothing yet. B, what happened? Why am I here?
I really don't know.
Well, B got into a fight today.
Oh, did you whip their butt?
Excuse me, Grandma. You know, we don't condone violence at this school. We actually have a no tolerance policy for violence. Actually, the girls had injuries that were severe enough that if the parents wanted to, they could have pressed charges.
Excuse me, did you say girls? B, there was more than one girl that jumped on you?
Grandma, it wasn't my fault. They followed me to the bathroom and started talking stuff, and they told me that they was gonna get me out their school.
So what did you do?
I did what you told me to do. I got them before they got me.
Did you get them good?
Miss Spearman already told you. They have a lot of injuries that the police could be called.
You mean the one with the girl by the door with the blood on the shirt?
And the girl I was sitting next to her with the black guy.
Mm-hmm.
So am I gonna get in trouble when we get home? I beat them up.
Nah. Since you handle your own business, you won't get in trouble.
Okay, Hold on a second. Let me
Change the language.
make sure that I understand this. She won't have consequences as long as she got into a fight with someone, as long as she did fight. Am I hearing you correctly?
Yes, we come from a family, a majority of girls, so we had to learn to stand up for ourselves. If she can't fight for herself, she's going to become someone else's victim.
Okay, well, I definitely can understand where you're coming from, Grandma.
Can we please go, Grandma? I'm hungry.
Yeah, I have some spaghetti on the stove, but first, do you have anything for me to sign?
Yeah, I do actually. I need you to sign this. Basically, it's saying that she will be suspended for 3 days. But wait a minute, before we get to that, I just want to make sure I heard you correctly. You're saying that she's not going to have any consequences as long as she fought.
Yes, we come from a family, a majority of girls, so we had to learn to fight for ourselves. Why do you think I have custody of her? Her mother got caught in a case for attempting murder after she dealt with this girl who was talking to B's dad.
Oh, I see. Well, I didn't know that BB's mom was incarcerated. I'm really sorry to hear that. So you're raising her on your own.
It is what it is. Jail don't scare us.
Well, you say that jail doesn't scare you, but how does BB feel about that?
No, it don't scare me. Not really.
Okay, well, BB, you know what? I actually wanted to talk to your grandmother about something for a sec. You think you could give us a minute to talk?
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, so I wanted to show you this video. Okay, let's have a look at it here.
Okay.
Screen's right there.
We have all experienced some sort of stress as children. Maybe it was a test you didn't study for, or moving schools and finding new friends. Regardless, it's important to keep in mind that a little bit of stress from time to time is healthy. It helps us grow and understand how to overcome problems we may face. However, when the stress response is triggered too many times, there can be lasting effects on the brain that carry on to adulthood. Stress plays a prominent role in the development of a child. The 3 types of stress include positive stress, tolerable stress, and toxic stress. Positive stress will show as an increase in heart rate and an elevation in stress hormones. It is short-lived and is triggered during minor stress experiences, such as taking a shot or being left in a daycare for the first time. However, with supportive adults to help them cope, children will gradually learn how to problem solve and deal with adversity, leading to the development of a healthy stress response system. Tolerable stress can be more serious. Perhaps you've lost a loved one or experienced a natural disaster. These types of situations can have potential for extreme damage on the brain, but with encouraging relationships, it will mend over time. However, things can get serious when the stress response gets triggered too many times. This threat is known as toxic stress. It is strong, frequent, and prolonged for a long period of time. The root of toxic stress can be numerous things, such as abuse, neglect, or violence. This type of stress will physically affect the brain, leaving certain parts rewired and changed. Toxic stress disrupts the development of brain structure and other organ systems, and it can even increase the risk for stress-related disease well into the adult years. The worse the experience in childhood, the greater the effects will be in adulthood. Toxic stress causes permanent damage on the brain, focusing on the amygdala, prefrontal cortex, and the anterior cingulate cortex, also known as the ACC. The amygdala, also known as the fear center, detects dangerous things in the surrounding area and tells the body to act. But it can become overactivated due to toxic stress. In other words, your amygdala is always telling your body that you are in danger, resulting in chronic stress, where one feels unsafe, fearful, and irritated. Furthermore, victims will often overreact to minor triggers because trauma sensitizes one's amygdala, meaning that fear responses are triggered by lower levels of stress. The prefrontal cortex, or the thinking center, regulates the stress response system by making things seem less scary than they really are. Outside of stress, it helps regulate our emotion and memory, as well as sensory processing, which allows us to effectively use our body in certain events, such as learning and problem solving. However, Trauma causes the prefrontal cortex to become underactivated. Consequences of a damaged prefrontal cortex include difficulties with concentration, attention, and learning. This is because when we are under stress, cortisol is released from the adrenal glands on our kidneys. Cortisol is a hormone that increases heart rate, blood pressure, respiration, and muscle tension to prepare us to fight or run away, otherwise known as the fight or flight reaction. High levels of cortisol impair one's ability to think rationally or logically. So when our body is always thinking it is in danger, there will be constant high levels of cortisol in our body, affecting our ability to concentrate and learn. Connected to the prefrontal cortex, the anterior cingulate cortex is also one of the structures damaged from toxic stress. Known as the emotion regulation center, it controls the affect regulation, the ability to control and manage uncomfortable emotions during a stressful moment. A damaged anterior cingulate cortex results in difficulties with regulating emotions. For example, if someone gets pranked, they could remain scared long after the joke ends. Childhood trauma can cause many psychological issues, such as PTSD, high stress levels, and depression. However, these problems can be solved with patience, love, and care. Research indicates that supportive, responsive relationships with caring adults as early in life as possible can help prevent or reverse the damaging effects of toxic stress. One of the safest ways to solve one's trauma is over time. It's a good idea to build confidence progressively and work towards a goal in which one can feel safe again. In addition, patient and loving adults can help relieve toxic stress, as these relationships will help build trust and a sense of community within the child, resulting in them eventually learning how to overcome their trauma. Recovering can be a long and difficult journey, but with enough patience, support, and care, one can finally be free of that burden.
So now, can you see just how hard it is for her based on what was in that video?
No, I have that kind of stress in my life, but what could be stressing her out so much? I wouldn't be after all if I had to deal with her little kid problems.
Can you tell me why you call her problems little kid problems?
Because those things are nothing to be stressed over. She comes home and complain about stuff like, this girl looked at me weird, or she stopped talking to me because I had a zit, or he didn't invite me to his party, but he invited my friends. I mean, most of her stress comes from those, like, problems like those. Problems that could be solved if she just stayed away from people. She'll learn.
Well, would that be something you wanted her to learn if you knew it would severely limit her ability to thrive in life?
Huh? How will keeping herself limit her, especially if her problems are because she's worried about what everyone else thinks about her?
Well, the short answer is every single human being needs to connect with other human beings in order to thrive in life. But that is a good question. You know, think about kids, you know, that make those bonds with their parents or their primary caregivers when they're babies. And those brain cells, if they don't make those connections, they die off. And it's no different when we're adults. So to tell her to not be around people and want her to stay away from people could severely limit her ability to thrive. I would like to invite you to join our grandparents group. In that group, we talk about some of these things, help you kind of know what happens in the developing brain of kids who have experienced things like BB has, trauma.
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. I see that you have love for your grandbabies, and I know you want her to be successful in life. And if she learns how to regulate her emotions and remain in her, we call it window of tolerance, she will be better equipped to manage anything that comes her way.
I see.
See, stress is not measured by the problem. Stress is measured by the person's perception of the problem, so the way they see the problem. Does that make sense?
Well, you gave me a lot to think about.
Okay. Well, you know what? To us,
her problems might seem like little kid problems, but only because we have more experience at these things than she does. The only way she will get the experience at dealing with conflict in relationships is to be around other people. When she learns how to socialize in spite of potential conflicts, she will have something far more valuable than a degree. She will have a superpower.
Well, you gave me a lot to think about, Miss Mary. I'm starting to feel a little bit more hopeful about being able to help my granddaughter because you're right. I don't want to see her end up like her mom or her aunts or her other aunts.
Yeah. And thank you for what you're doing. I can't imagine what it would be like to be raising grandchildren after I was done raising my own kids. I have so much respect for you. I just want to find a way to help to support you and the other grandparents in our community who are taking on the role of parenting grandchildren. But you know what? I have to be painfully honest with you about something, Grandma. We really have to find another way to help our kids learn to resolve their issues than violence.
Okay, Miss Behrman, with all my due respect, I'm feeling like you're judging me. Our whole family, from far back as my great grandma, believes that tapping that you know what to keep folks in line. Someone hit you, hit them back. You got a back hit, what the?
I hear you. I want you to know that I too was raised with those same values. And now, as much as I hate to see it, I raised my kids that way, and my grandkids are being raised that way. But when I look back at where it has gotten us, I don't think that it's been something that was helpful.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm happy to hear that. So what do you think about attending our next parenting session for grandparents class on Monday? Can I save you a spot? There'll be food and gift bags.
Food and gift bags? Why didn't you just lead on that?
So now that you all have had an opportunity to see our presentation, again, I want to say thank you so much for coming out. The takeaway here is really, you're not alone. We are here and we want to support you guys. Being with you is the best place any child could be. The studies show us that those children who don't have a parent in their lives, if they're in kinship placement with a grandparent or another relative, they are 20% more successful than those that are not. I know you want the best for your grandkids, and we want the best for your grandkids. So I'm asking you to talk to us and tell us what you need so that we can advocate for you, so that we can work together and wrap these babies around with so much love that they can't help but to prosper and self-actualize. I love you guys so much. Thank you again for coming. Thank you for your warm welcome to Coolidge, and I will see you soon.